To go along with our families and community unit, I would use this article from Scholastic News with my students. This particular Scholastic News talks about Martin Luther King from the perspective of his granddaughter, Yolanda. So it ties in that familial relationship. And it'll generate some conversation I can have with my students about the different makeups that our families have. Some of us live with a mother and a father. Some of us live with just a mother or just a father. Some of us may be living with a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle, or maybe it's a family friend. But using an article like this one, that's not just the typical mother-daughter relationship or mother-daughter, excuse me, parent and child relationship will give us a great way to talk about some different things that happen in families. So to use this, I would go through and click through the article. What's great about Scholastic is that the students can read it or I can read it to them, but it talks about Yolanda's perspective of her dad or of her grandfather. She was never able to meet him as he died before she was born. So what she knows about him is through the stories that other people have told her, which also is a great conversation starter for maybe those that have passed on, or how we can learn more about our families regardless of our situation. So again, I would just take the kiddos through this, reading the different pieces from Yolanda. Also ties in great, gives us some history about him as well and what he was able to do. Scholastic News is really engaging for first graders. They love using this medium. So I take them through the article, as you can see. And there's some questions on the back about what we learned and what we read, which again, the kids always enjoy doing. So once we're done going through the Scholastic News this way, I would go back to the beginning. There are some games that you can do. There are some other activities. There's a video you can watch. There's some vocabulary. There's some games here shown on the left side. These things can be done independently with the kiddos, or I could partner them up and have them work through some of these. Or again, we could just do it as a whole group lesson. But a great way to generate a conversation that goes along with our families and community unit.